play from race number 1 of the Swedish GP for SX1. Are you ready to drop the gate and go racing in Sweden? Good charge to the first corner, and Anderson's going to come out with the lead. Craig gets twisted up on the inside. Savachi's right there with Anderson. El Hombre leads him here in Sweden.
And these are the two that need to be great tonight to dip into that Christian Craig points gap that he has. You see Henry Miller making a good move right there as well. But for Craig, he got pit stopped down the start and in the first corner. But an aggressive first 20 seconds puts him in fourth.
Miller sits in third. He got credited with the whole shot. Anderson got the lead. El Hombre coming to grips with this Suzuki. And look at Savachi to the inside, battling for the lead now. He's right alongside of Anderson, and he's going to get through this rhythm lane quicker. And we've got a new leader in SX1, and it's Joey Savachi.
Yeah, you see that nice little 3-2 on the way out of that rhythm section for Savachi. And look, in a track condition like this, look at Anderson's doing some new.
Hanging it out.
Oh, he could have been a little meaner right there if he wanted, but it is lap 1.
Is it harder to do that, Daniel, on a night like tonight when you're just fighting to stay under control, that you can't necessarily make a move like that you might want to?
That's going to be the gamble all night long. Do you let your instincts take over and go after things you typically would, or do you focus on the track being clean? Both these boys are sending it hard lap 1, but Joey just a little bit better. That picks up what we saw in practice, qualifying, and Super Pole.
Well, Joey's doing a great job of gapping Anderson here, and if you can do that, it's going to be almost impossible for somebody to make the time back up. And Joey has a 2-second lead right now over Anderson with a blistering 50.030, quickest lap so far.
Well, he was a second faster than everybody in qualifying, so if you go to the gate and you're working with that speed and you get out front early, that's a great place to be. Now for Anderson, he's going to have to find something new. Some bikes down. Is that Tixier possibly?
He was running in 9th. Yeah, it's Tixier because he's dropping quick. Here's Miller, and Miller is dealing with Colton Nichols on the 45. There's Tixier in the 911. Trying to get going again on Team GSM entry. Here's Anderson, trying his best to hang on to the backside of the number 17 quad block Honda Racing entry, Joey Savachi.
Little change there for Savachi too. He was going triple double out. That time he went double, but kind of bounced his way and did this kind of bounce double out thing, and that's going to be the key. If you can adjust throughout the night and be the first rider to find a new line or find something new, you're going to be successful on a track that will never let you do the same thing twice.
Best battle on the racetrack right now, right here, and it's a fight for fourth. Colt Nichols on the 45, closing in on Henry Miller. Miller riding for Rick Ware Racing on the RB's back number 29, and Nichols on the Pipes Motorsport Suzuki, a teammate to Jason Anderson, who sits up in second place.
And Colt Nichols' first ride of this championship series, which is so hard. When there's already been 3 races and everyone gets in their race flow, you got to show up and get acclimated to the to the day and to the night. And he's done it really, really well today. But Henry Miller is having somewhat of a breakout night in this championship too, running fourth.
Saw Savachi out front. It looks like Craig is starting to close in on Anderson, so we could have a fight for second on our hands.
And every point will matter. Again, they give points in these sprint races, so instead of just getting yourself into position for the main event, these races matter. And if you're Craig right now and you're in a championship battle, it may come down to a sprint race along the way that gets you this championship. So this pass, more important than you typically would think.
10 points for the winner here in SX1 race number 1, the Swedish GP. Anderson trying to close in on Savachi. He's closed the gap to inside of 2 seconds, but the laps are ticking away. And here comes Craig.
And that was a great run through the rhythm section for Anderson. I mean, he's not even really trying to just double-double now. He's just keeping the front end high, staying aggressive, making sure he gets up over the top of the landing and then just drives off the next one. It seems like things are coming around and cleaning up a little bit for El Hombre as he's kind of gapped his way out from Craig a bit.
Comes the 88 right at you. That's Devin Simonson sitting in 12th. The other Rick Ware entry. Here's the championship standings as we run here tonight. Roxon leads the points, but he is not here. So Craig, Savatgy, and Anderson, you see them sitting second, third, and fourth, should overtake Ken in the standings. Why we keep focusing on them as the three fighting for the title.
Man, and it's such a gamble with where you go suspension-wise on this track. I mean, you want it to be a little softer for some of these braking bumps in the motocross sections of the track, but then your bike just buries into every one of these lips, so you need it to hold up compression-wise. And I have to imagine that the teams are going to be monitoring their suspension, making a little adjustments as the night goes on. This is by far, I think, the hardest track to figure out for the suspension crew.
Final lap of race number 1. Savatgy got around Anderson early and is led all the way through now. Anderson has fended off Savatgy's teammate Craig, so the top 3 title contenders all right there, first, second, and third. Oh man, Joey, hang on. This one's not in the bag just yet. Any second on this racetrack could be disastrous towards a good points night.
Yeah, see moving around here, he goes to the outside, changing it up. That's going to be the key tonight.
Even if you're trying to be cautious, this racetrack can reach up and yank you down into the dirt. Here he comes, final corner. Joey Savatgy, checkered flag. He wins race number 1 here at the Swedish GP for the sx1 category.